It's not even like the bag it came in.
Well, when I opened it, I ripped the bag.
Oh man, that sucks.
It's actually, they've been staying fresher though, so it's been
Yeah, because it's got that seal.
All right,
got the seal.
we're good.
I got the seal.
All right, y'all. Session 10.
10 sessions.
Double digits.
Yeah,
Double
that's actually
digits.
really crazy. Let's session 10 celebration.
Okay.
Session 10
Session
celebration.
10.
What
I
is
got my
something
notes.
that what's something that you've loved about the story and your character thus far?
The Blimbo plot twist thing kind of caught me off guard, and I was not expecting him to just like be like, "That's not me," and now let's work together after I stole things from you and got you almost thrown in jail. I love that. That was one of my faves. What about you?
Um,
And it's not like me, Steven, is looking for validation. I'm just curious about where your head's at with what you've enjoyed from your story.
so for me, it's got to be, um, probably
Say it epically right now.
Tornado Strike, when I landed Tornado Strike for the first time.
That was a good moment.
That was a really good moment. I think my favorite moment that Nova has had is still the yes through the bottom of the stairs. That is
Dude.
like the most epic moment in the entire world.
That's so interesting because Jarvis, you were trying really hard, and
Yes.
your roles just weren't panning out.
Right.
Well, at that point, where did we leave off last time?
We kicked ass.
We kicked ass. So the session started. We entered the this fight club, this little bar and fight club, underground fight club, and Jarvis was having the time of his life. We ended up getting there. We ended up getting in there and fighting, even though Jarvis didn't want Nova to be his partner. He
needed me.
He ended up actually needing her. So yeah, if
cool.
she wasn't in there, I don't know that Jarvis would have survived.
Jarvis would have survived.
Um,
Absolutely not.
I
Yeah.
wonder how this is like you playing out within Jarvis's head to this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Then we touched base after the fight with
Missed.
Mist
And Isaac.
is his name. Mist and Isaac. Isaac is a fun character.
I'm so
he's-
excited to learn
He's
more
one of my
about him.
favorites. He's definitely got something up his sleeve for sure. And
I'm
he's
sure he
the-
does.
he's a willing participant for sure.
Yeah. So he's a fun guy. Then obviously there's Blimbo, otherwise known as Browner.
Browner.
This is Browner.
Yes, with the nachos on
You
the
guys,
head.
you guys talking to me, or
Wait,
you guys
like,
need
Did
some?
No,
you want some? You said you want some? You want
You
some?
want nachos?
So what's the plan?
That's literally what I imagined. Like him with this plate of nachos, just like shoveling.
So
We
Yeah, go
also
ahead.
learned more about the gentleman through Mist, and the idea that there is like this
Deep cut.
like, yeah, it was nuts. Like the idea of like that's most likely where Coral is right now, and that she is probably caged underneath of, I wrote it down and I don't remember it, the Monster Menagerie. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Basically, it's like this
And like
royal
it's like a
garden.
hidden, yeah, it's like a hidden, but like there's like a shop above that has like weird funky things, but then like below there is like where people who are different are being like held for entertainment. So
Yeah,
I'm intrigued. The
You got the Monster
on there.
Menagerie, this royal garden with also somewhat zoo, with just interesting creatures that is owned by the royal court that people can attend and be a participant of and enjoy and touristy whatever.
Mhm.
But below it, a sub level is what's called the Black Fin, which is then at that point, like you said, where the gentleman is housing not like just creatures. Well, he calls them creatures, but it's
But
individuals.
like people. Yeah, like people.
Individuals, yeah, that are of different race and different
Creed.
stature than most normality in the city and around the area. So, any questions, any thoughts, anything before we jump into like the where you guys left off, which was in the room.
Yes, in the room.
Any questions?
I don't think I have any questions.
Any
I
thoughts?
can't remember if Miss agreed to help or not. I can't really.
Yeah, remember you all did the hands in thing. You
Oh,
you
yeah.
I do remember that.
yeah, Miss
Need
was
a
very
team name.
Yeah. So at this point, as you throw your arms up, you see Isaac start to kind of get dressed. He was still wearing just like kind of like a cover-up shirt. But at this point, as you're seeing him put his clothes on, put his weaponry on, and everything, you see that he is, from top to bottom, he is shoulder-length, dirty brown hair with this worn, torn up like cowboy hat and a red-green tattered handkerchief folded to cover only his eyes. He's got a thin, dark brown trench coat that hangs to the back of his knees, and he has 4 guns on his person. 1 long sniper rifle on his back, 2 pistols on each of his hip, and a sawed-off shotgun that basically lays across his chest with lines of these little bullets that seem to have be sparkling in blue, reds, and yellows. Then he has thin daggers strapped to his leather pants, knee-high boots with metal toes, and various pockets with gold, bronze buttons that travel across his entire person. As he kind of puts all that on, he looks at you all both and goes, "Well, I'm certainly here to definitely help with this difficult predicament that your friend's in, and I'm certainly here. I'd like to go take care of something, and I can certainly meet you back here. Or is there another place that I could meet you back here in maybe in a few hours or so?"
Yeah, we could either meet here or if it's all right with you. I mean, we're right now we're staying over by the castle. So I don't know if you want to meet over there.
I kind of prefer not. Individuals like that kind of make me not really nervous. Nothing makes me nervous.
No, you don't have to. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, we understand, don't we, Nova?
Yes, you do. Sorry, I'm writing.
I mean, God forbid, I fight demons, and royalty just makes me feel uncomfortable.
No problem. No, I completely understand. We can mute back here. Yeah, all good.
Well, let me ask you this. Kind of, I'll meet you back here in about. It could be even take less than that, an hour. I'll be right back.
Okay, sure. Yeah, no problem.
And you see him literally just walk to the door, open it, take out his quarterstaff, and then starts using it as a cane and starts walking out.
I love that.
So, do I get the impression that Isaac uses the quarterstaff as a actual means of getting around, or is it more of a show?
Go to make an insight check.
I remember last time
7.
that Isaac touched your feathers and said,
Yeah, I remember that too.
"Nice color."
Yep.
But how can you see color if he's blind?
7.
What did you? 7. To your best knowledge, I mean, he You don't know the guy. He's coming. He's hasn't taken off this blindfold the entire time. He could be pretending, or there could be something else there. However, you've seen two situations: one, him pretend to be blind, and him not. That's kind of where you're at.
Nova, what do you think is the next order of business? I mean, I'd like to DM. What time is it?
So you remember, you guys came here in like totally the middle of the night. So by this time, between midnight or so, and you've got Browner in this one person room with Mist. Mist is literally sitting on that boxed crate, sitting there with his cane and just watching both of you. Browner's eating nachos on a bed, and basically the where you are at right now is that all five of you have come to an agreement that you desire to save Coral, get the frozen tear, and
got it.
And hopefully end the madness.
Potentially, literally, and then Mist. I mean, if you talk to Mist, it's up to you. This is your story.
Hey, Mist.
Yeah.
I actually had a question. You see Jarvis, kind of discreetly, kind of like looking at Nova and Browner, and then kind of gets a little bit closer to Mist. He gets a little bit closer to Mist and talks a little bit quieter, and he goes, I've been searching for a master, and I don't. I really, it's something that's really important to me. Something that I found to be, I don't know. I guess more important than I thought it was going to be to me. My old master, I don't know. You probably don't know him. His name is Master Agave. I don't even know.
Like the olive oil.
Yeah, sure. Yes. I don't even know if he's still alive. I haven't seen him in a while. But anyway, I left him right in the middle of my training, and I really am not good at this because I'm not the best of students, but.
I think he's trying to ask that you become his master.
Wow. Listen.
You don't. I mean, it's okay. You don't have to feel like you have to. It's you know what? Just forget I asked.
I'm just a little taken off guard here. I'm not trying to. I'm a little bit nervous around you. You're a little bit nervous around me. I come across like a dick when I'm nervous. You are a dick who comes across like you're shy and nervous and okay. Let's do this. What do you need? You want a master. I understand that, but from that master, what do you need? Because I don't know if this is gonna be a very long term kind of a thing.
And Jarvis immediately blank stare to that question, and flashback real quick to Master Agave.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta make a making playlist
real quick.
What?
This music works.
So, flashback starts, and this is the best, dude. Jarvis just goes, what do you mean I need a master? I don't need a master.
Who are you talking to? Help me know.
I'm talking to Agave.
Mr. Agave? And he goes, but of course you need a master. How are you going to know where to go? How are you going to know where to see? how are you going to know who you are?
I know exactly who I
Is that a
am.
rhyme?
What are you talking about right now?
He like gets close to you and goes, "You tell me who you are, and then you don't need master."
I'm Jarvisol Echo. That's who I am.
Opens up from a bowl. He has a little. It's a great like a pea.
Lima
Throws it.
beans.
Lima bean. Throws it at the top of your head.
Whoa!
That is not who you are. Failed. And he starts walking away like, and he goes and he throws up his arms again. Failed. You throwing peas. Failed.
And Jarvis just shakes his head and just like, with his head down, follows him.
And he turns back to you as before he's going to start like walking up these steps. And he goes, he looks at you, goes, come, let's start your training.
Okay.
Hustle buns, young one.
I still don't understand why I need a master. What do you mean, who I am?
Cut back. As we go back to...
And so Jarvis just blank stares like off into the distance, and then he's just like staring off into the distance, just blank stare.
Hey, I'm not. That's not me trying to offend you.
I'm like, are you good?
Uh,
Are you okay?
yeah,
Listen, I can show you a couple things. That I might know. I'm not someone that is. My skill sets that I have and pertain to me, came out of a very dark place. Very dark place. And I mean, if you're open to hearing a couple things about that, then sure, maybe I can help you a little bit. Looks at you and he kind of looks. What?
He just choked on his tea.
go ahead.
And he goes, do you need some tea? You okay?
No,
You need some tea?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, no worries.
So tell me, you really got to know this. What do you? I can tell you what I have and what I can show you a couple things on me. But what do you want?
I just need guidance. I know that my training's not finished, and I know that Master Agave would say that I still need a master, and I miss him a lot, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I do. I miss his lessons, and I miss his guidance, and it's hard to meditate.
What was he
days.
teaching you?
I don't know. Something about shadow. Something I can't remember.
Shadow something.
I don't know. I never really paid attention. I told you I'm not a good student.
You want to know why you're not a good student? Because you've never really needed a reason to learn. Me? When you've hit rock bottom, when you've lost the very thing that made you you, and at that point he points to it like he makes his wings shown to you, and he can't stretch them out as they're like, and he goes, the day that I lost my wings was the day that I lost who I was. And at that point, that's when the journey began for me.
So you're saying I have to lose my wings to find out who I am?
That's not what he's saying.
Yeah, what are you hearing me say, Nova?
He's saying you need, like, you have to come into who you are as an individual, who you want to be, where you want to go. And obviously part of the wings is part of his identity, and that was taken away.
Let me ask you something, Jarvis. If your wings were taken away from you, how would you feel?
I'd probably honestly want to end my life.
Me too. Same here. So maybe I'm not asking for you to lose your wings or to have something horrible happen to you. What I am saying is maybe you can learn a little bit of who you are from me, which might help you a little bit with some of the skills that you're looking for, some shadow things. I think I could show you a thing or two with that too.
Okay, sounds good. And he, you see Jarvis reaches out his humanoid hand with almost talon nails on his hands, and they're kind of dry and very much like his talon bird feet, but like 5 finger appendages in like a hand form. Feathers are growing, and he just goes out to shake his hand.
He puts his hand out, and he puts one hand out, and then he puts his hand over the other one on top of yours, and someone in like just somewhat of a warm embrace, similar to Master Agave, but yet much colder, much bonier, much traumatic. Let's do this. We got a couple things to learn here before we can find the gentleman and get to his spot and navigate those waters. How about in the meantime, as we do that, we'll have some conversations, maybe do some learning in between. Does that sound fair?
That sounds good. Speaking of that, where should we start? What's a good place? I mean, we're meeting Isaac back here in about an hour. I could use a rest. I don't know if there's a place to sleep around here, but I could meditate for a little bit. That would do me some good.
I mean, that's a good question. Like I said, where I came from, where I was able to escape, was at what's called the Monster Menagerie. Somewhere underneath. That's all I know. I was there, and then once I was able to leave, I escaped out of somewhat of this sewer hatch, and the rest is history.
Are you planning on coming to help us, or no?
I'm willing to help from afar.
Okay.
Help give guidance, and maybe if it does come to it, if your plan maybe does need some additional support, I might be able to. I see just this deep growl. Support as whatever I can.
Where can we find you? Are you always here?
I'm always here.
Well, great.
Like I said, if maybe what if it's up to you. It's really your. This is the DM talking. It's really up to you. I mean, I really don't want to steer you guys too much in a direction.
No, I understand. I just didn't know if Miss was coming or not. That's all.
He's willing to support.
Yeah.
Think of Baby Driver.
Mm-hmm.
Him as
intel.
Yeah, he's the one that can help get some other things,
organize it all,
and do some training for you both. And as he looks over to you, Nova, like, I mean, as the door's open, I'd be willing to talk to you. I mean, what are you looking for? What do you want?
I originally wanted justice for my parents, but that's a long story, and it's kind of been put on the back burner because this seems so much worse.
Okay, well, I mean, is there a question that you're looking for an answer for, or are you?
I don't know if you could answer the questions that I have about the deity thing that's been coming to me in like my dreams.
Well, maybe we can just have some conversation. I don't know. That sounds really interesting to me.
Okay, I'll let you. We can sit down and have a chat. But I feel like we need to find somewhere to sleep because that was a tough time. But we're supposed to meet Isaac.
You can sleep over here. I perch up right on this crate. There's a bed right over here. We got a table right here. There's enough room for everyone to sleep on something.
Are there nachos all over the bed?
Literally, you look over at Browner, and his stomach it's like his shirt's open, and his stomach is so full, and he goes, "Oh God, oh no, guys, Guys,
Are you good?
can someone give me some orange slices?
Where am I?
Fucking
My
orange slices.
Does anybody have any oranges? What about a Diet Coke? Does anybody have a Diet Coke?
No.
You see him as he like slides off the bed and is like on the ground now with like a blanket that was from the bed over him as he's curling up. Nachos are like crumbs are all over him, and you start to just hear.
I was gonna say, I was like, I'm waiting.
And every once in a while, it's like a.
Good
as he's
lord.
You
Food.
need some ginger ale.
So he's asleep, and all three of you are like looking, and Miss goes, "Like I said, you could stay here. I don't know if there's other rooms available. You could go talk to the barkeep."
No worries. We don't want to impose. We actually have rooms. Yeah, and so
That's really far away.
it's
You want to go to the other side of town, really? The other side of the city completely?
That's really far.
Yeah. If you want to, that's fine. It's your
yeah,
business, so.
it's not bad. I think Nova. I think it's good that we probably try, in the morning if we try to talk to the queen. Mist, when Isaac gets back, just let him know that we'll meet him. We'll meet him back here in the morning. Okay.
All right. Like sun up?
Yeah. We'll be here. We'll be here sun up.
All right. Sounds good.
Thanks.
And
Yeah.
he just starts to sleep.
What the hell?
Okay. Nova, you want to head back?
I mean, I'm tired.
Yeah. Same.
This is not what I signed up for tonight.
Same.
When we came here.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Listen, you did a great job in there. Let me tell you. Yeah. Let's go. So, Jarvis is gonna leave. Do you follow Nova?
I want Nova to like step like where she's positioned. She has to like step over Browner.
Oh, he's totally in the
And
way
he
of the
like
door.
wiggles. And he like wiggles. And I'm trying to like put my hoof down. I'm like,
You like grab, like you feel a hand grab your ankle, and you hear from him, "Don't grab my nachos. No, not the nachos. Oh, mommy.
Get
Oh."
off me.
He's like, okay. What do you both do now?
Take the
What's
take
going
the
on
elevator
outside
up.
of the room?
Take the elevator up and go
You
back.
leave.
Yeah.
Okay. The moment that as you get out, you hear outside of the building, like cans and like garbage cans kind of like rustling in the alleyway next door, like literally along the side of the Dancing Dryad. As you leave the door, you hear like like fighting happening, but it's like a tussle. You hear like some words being said as like literally this is the opening the door, and as you're leaving, do you look or go over the area, or do you just keep going? What do you do?
I'll take a gander. I assume it's just some.
None of my business.
I'll take a gander before we take off.
As you quickly take a turn, you look, and you see Isaac just roughing up hardcore
The big orc guy.
the big orc guy, Damon. And you hear him as he's like literally, it's like punch on the ground, like, and eventually you hear, "I swear to God, I swear, if you step foot back in the Dancing Dryad, I'm gonna take you out. And if you ever cheat again."
I want
And
Nova to like go over and like lean.
like
like hiding and just watching.
At that point, like typical, like back to you, fully stand up, erect, like straight up, like necks, like takes out a quarter staff, and like starts to like continue on opposite your direction into further the alleyway.
It was nice, nothing.
You ready to go?
Yes.
We just take off, fly back to the
Guards.
the quarters. Yep.
You fly.
Yep.
Cool. You fly. It's a beautiful night sky. It's very cold, very chilly. The moon is popping through. It's very pretty. As you fly over the main central wall, you get to the back entrance of the headquarters, which was near the food court where you were.
Okay.
You're seeing a group of guards standing there, kind of look at you. There's like a group of 4 or 5 of them sitting there, like they're like smoking. And they're like kind of like on a break, and they're kind of staring at you, and they're like,
We just land and walk right past them, going to the. So we enter into the food court.
you have to pass through them in order to get into the building.
I'm gonna go straight through them.
Excuse me. Just keep trucking.
You hear one of them
I'll just move out of my way.
all right. Oops, everyone, sorry. We have to let the royal couple enter the building. Sorry, excuse us. Sorry, we're your way. Sorry, our bad. Excuse us.
Okay. Jarvis just keeps walking.
I don't care enough. Yeah.
As you pass, they're like a bunch of freaks.
Hey, what'd you say? I turn around.
Oh,
I say,
I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
They're not worth it. They're not worth it.
I'm saying you're a fucking freak.
Oh no. I dropped my bag. I'm like, excuse me?
It's just they're just like, listen, you're not wanted here. Leave.
How many of them are there?
There's four guards. You see one of them like take the cigarette, they throw it to the side, and basically they're like, they're just in their full guard attire, metal plate armor with their long swords on the side, helms off so you can see their faces. 4 male individuals, different like racial, feature color. What are you gonna do then?
Jarvis walks up to him, looks straight into his face, like straight into his eyes, like right up in his face, not touching him, but right up in his face, and he goes, "You got a problem with me?
Yeah."
Why don't you do something about it?"
He just looks you up and down. Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Oh, that's my strong
13 minus 3, 10.
He looks you up and down. There's a moment where his facial smirks goes to a serious tone as he looks you back up and down and smiles, and he goes, looks back at the boys and goes, "You guys want chicken for dinner?"
Oh, I'm walking up. I don't give a shit. I'm walking up.
Hey, what do you do? What do you do?
I'm walking up to this douchebag and going, obviously you need us freaks because you guys can't do your job to find out what the hell is going on in the past 2 days. We've got here and we've solved more than you guys have as you sit there and eat your dinner and do your thing and talk shit.
They just laugh at you. Come on. Oh, shoot. I wonder if they've got any extra bread in the back, and they just literally walk past you guys.
Give me a memento. How about this? I want to set fire. I'm showing.
You see Brenton walk past them as they're kind of walking back in and walking back out. He's literally about walking past you both. He goes, I mean, everything good? You guys, you get some shut eye? I mean, it's pretty
Yeah,
late.
everything's good. You were just heading to the beds now. Yeah.
All right. Well, get some sleep. We have some new arrangements for tomorrow. Next 3 days from now. We've got kind of another celebration of sorts, more of like a fundraiser here in the city.
We really think that's a good idea with everything that's been going on?
Gonna make everybody a target.
I mean, this is from the top down. They're saying that it's a fundraiser to kind of get the city back up into normality, get some people excited about something a little bit again, take their eyes off, bring some unity amongst both sides.
I understand. With all the lives lost, it just doesn't seem like
having everybody gather
the smart thing to do.
But like, it's not our decision. But like, we just don't want this to be another tragedy.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. But again, it's not my call. So I might give you guys a ring in the next couple days here. I've got a lot of my troops kind of getting stationed outside, not really doing inside of the Monster Menagerie, but just outside of it, making sure that there's nothing kind of happening outside.
Whoa! What do you mean?
So
What's going on with the Monster Menagerie?
Why the Monster Menagerie?
Well, the Monster Menagerie's been shut down for the past couple months. Some renovations that have been happening there. Simple things, making sure it's a really good touristy spot. Make some extra cash for the city. But at this point, it's getting relaunched really early. And so in the next 3 days, they're going to be holding an event out there. People can come. It's going to be beautiful. Raise support. People are going to be donators. A lot of people are going to be around. It's just going to be a nice thing for the city, I guess.
All right.
So be ready. I'm going to call you. It's going to be 3 days time. We got a lot of work to do. So just
understood.
I guess where can I find you if I need to ring you?
Yeah. The Queen knows where to find us. She knows how to get in touch with us.
We have a contact with
she knows.
You seem to storm off. He just walks away.
Okay. I'm gonna get some sleep. Jarvis just walks back to the bed, meditates for 30 minutes, and then sleeps.
Cool. Nova, do you do anything?
I'm going to, because I have the top bunk, I'm going to use Jarvis while he's meditating. I'm going to step up on his leg so that I can put myself up there.
Do you understand what I'm doing? Or is it just like you're not even you're just okay, that's fine. Yeah, no problem.
Would you rather me attack you and then like help me, please? Because I can't get up there by myself.
All right. No, listen. I understand. Or you're good.
And I just grab my bag and like cuddle it and put myself in the blanket and just fall asleep.
He finishes meditating and then goes to sleep.
Awesome. You both sleep. You get a long rest. You sleep both through the night. Unless you both say otherwise or have a different story that you want to tell.
Nope.
Be sure to do a long rest, babe.
Oh, I can? Nice. Fine.
Well, great. So at that point, you both sleep. Go ahead and roll me both of you roll me a d20. And add your wisdom score to it. Your overall wisdom.
11.
14.
Nova, you wake up first. You wake up to a lot of people. A lot of people like getting ready. Like there's more people now in this room. that are waking you up. They look like they're kind of getting ready for the day. But also, like in the hallway, then there's a lot of other people that are coming in from the night shift that are now taking and going to sleep in the other bunks. So you hear them kind of switching and kind of undressing and getting changed. Um,
Mm. Hmm.
what do you do?
I don't know. I feel like I just want to watch and just see like who's coming in, who's going, like, and just cry and watch patterns. Um, because like something, I'm just getting like a weird vibe from Brenton and this like whole deal that's just giving me like weird vibes. So I'm just gonna like lay there so it looks like I'm still sleeping, but I'm like kind of watching what everybody's doing.
Yeah. You're just noticing. Go ahead and make an insight check to kind of like read what's happening, or an overall intelligence check. You can choose.
More than that one, but I get +4, so 5.
Okay. What would you potentially be preoccupied with in your mind?
Um, how this whole monster menagerie thing is, and trying to come up with a way that, because obviously this is a royal event, so I assume that the queen is going to go, a way that we can convince the queen to give us a, like a personal tour and like use us as like security on the inside so that we can get a lay of the land on the inside.
At that point, that's all you like. Literally, like you start to daydream, and so you start to miss out when people leave and exit because you're just so
Mm,
focused on that. Does that make sense?
yes.
How do you wake up Jarvis?
What do I want to do? I feel like I hop down, I hop off the bed, and I just start like on the mattress. Hey, we gotta go.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 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 I'm up. I'm up. I'm up. Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha.
All right, you
She
both
just like
are up.
flings her backpack on.
You put your clothes on because I'm sure you don't sleep in your armor and all your attire
No.
in bed. So you kind of put your skivvies back on and all that stuff.
Jarvis doesn't have much that he's. I mean, he's got like a robe type thing that he wears, but that's about it. I mean,
Cool.
um,
Well,
sometimes sometimes
he
he'll
has
sleep in it.
he's got a bag of sorts. Does he have a bag? Because you have all that stuff that you're carrying.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got a satchel, and yeah.
Cool. All
I
right.
love that.
The day is yours. You wake up and you put your stuff on. There's guards in the room now that are sleeping from the night shift switch. There are some other guards that are coming through. It seems like, again, typical like order of business. Some people are even getting brought in that are or being released that have been in the holding cells overnight.
I'm gonna walk through the food court, go straight outside, and head towards the main castle. Um, Nova, I think it's a good idea that we touch base with the queen before we meet up with Isaac. What do you think?
So before we do that, can I just like run something by you? Like, can we go like over away from all these people?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. That's
can
fine.
I run something by you?
Mm-hmm.
So I really, the idea that this is like a royal thing with the Monster Menagerie, I really want this to be a good time to get us some intel. And if there's a way that we can get the queen to like give us a tour, because we've never been here, and now like we're here supposed to be protecting the city and all that jazz. Like a way that like we can convince her to like let us get a lay of the land inside just in case something happens, but we could really use to see if there's a way that we see that we can get down to where Coral and the Blackfin and all that jazz
Yeah,
is.
yeah. That's what we're doing when we meet with Isaac. Yeah, I mean that's the whole plan.
I mean, okay, if you've got a plan.
Yeah, I mean, Mist has the plan. I'm just we're gonna, it'll be organized. I don't think we should do this if it's not gonna be organized. It seems like it's it seems like it's just a big thing. You know, I don't. Yeah, there's big bad people involved. So I just I don't want to. Anyway,
Ruffling
and he
feathers.
just walks. He just starts walking to the castle.
God, I love how fucking weird he is.
He just doesn't like.
So good, Luke. So good.
He's so awkward.
He just
Oh
walks
boy.
over to the castle, making his way to the main castle.
Yep, there's more officials that are coming into the main castle. Like the doors are open, and there's guards that are sitting out there, and they're just basically checking. Like so, at that point, you get up to the front. The guards that you saw there that previous night are not there. So it's a new set of guards, and they're just, hello, how can we help you?
Hey, yeah, we're here to speak with the queen. Just have some things to go over with her about everything going on in the city. You know, she had us keeping tabs, so we're just checking in.
Okay. And does she already know of your arrival?
I don't know. She doesn't know,
Tried to
but
come the other day.
no, she doesn't. She doesn't know. We came after hours the other day. If she's available, we'd like to talk to her.
Okay. Well, I'll personally escort you to her and make sure that this is proper greeting, and this is under approval of not only her but of the Council of the Crown.
Appreciate it. Thank you. We'll follow you.
So, yeah, follow me. It takes you through a different entrance, different way of getting to that area than before. And because Brenton took you through kind of like side area through like it just like not secretive but just like like when you're in high school and you like know like the best ways to get to certain places instead of just going through the front door and then you're going through the front entrance of your high school kind of a thing. You get around, you get to the main place, you get to the basically an open somewhat looking like the Council of the Crown, not colonnade. I don't know how to put it. It's like long, like big pillars, like patterned flooring, open seating area. A lot of people are talking and mingling. And he says basically, "Would you please just wait here?" And he goes through up these stairs, two stairs that they go into one main room. You see him do a knock. Another guard appears. They talk for a minute, comes back down and says, "Oh yeah, she will." She said she would call you from above.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Okay, appreciate it.
And he's like, "Well, if you need anything, I'm going to be back at the front entrance."
Thank you.
He leaves.
Well, I guess we'll look for her familiar. I forgot.
Does it have a name? I can't remember what it's called.
I can't remember the name.
I can't remember the name either. Okay, that's
Jackson.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Good old Jackson.
It was like I don't think there was a name. I don't think there was.
Yeah, I think you just described her familiar. So I was like,
at this
does it have a
point,
name?
as you both start to linger off, you see from above, like in the building, like a transparent, like orangish head pop through, and it looks down at you from the ceiling, and it points back over at that door, and you see the queen standing there.
Oh, hi.
She's like up, yeah, she's like up, like staircases up, and she just puts her hand out and does one of these things, and then she walks away.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up there, follow her.
Yeah.
As you follow her, she gets up there. You get up there. You see her and Brenton are in a room having a conversation. And as they're conversing, she sits back down, basically like a two love seat couches and like chairs with like end tables, large open room, bookshelves, books all over, probably 30 feet tall room, different portraits of her and what looks like to be her husband now. So now you can get a picture of a gray-haired, think of Bertrand, literally Bertrand.
Got it.
Literally Bertrand. Her and Bertrand with like different like animals, like this animal of like her familiar, then one of these long like circular Dr. Seussy, think of just Dr. Seuss characters, that's like and like they're in a safari and like she's got a hat on and they're like and like different creatures are near, and things like that. In her room, like there's a globe of what looks like to be of Toril, um, and you see her as well. It's so good to see you. Bertrand and I, or not Bertrand, Brenton and I were just having a discussion about a particular event, and I'm actually very happy that that you both have stepped in here. Please come take a seat.
Sure.
But before we go into my endeavors here, and Brenton's wonderful idea, what can I do for you? Any news?
Yeah, no, we wanted to just touch base with you and let you know that I mean we have some information that about the Monster Menagerie, and I know that that's probably what you guys are talking about with the Brenton told us last night about the fundraiser or whatever event is coming up.
Yes.
So, anyway, we do have some information about that particular place.
Okay.
Nova, you want to tell the queen?
Tell her what? What? I'm very confused.
We have reason to believe that the Monster Menagerie has an underground zoo sort of thing where there are people of different unique races, such as myself, that are taken advantage of by rich folk.
She looks.
I'm just sitting there like speechless, just like what is it part of the plan? I didn't think this was part of the plan in my brain. This is what's running through her brain.
She like uncrosses her legs and recrosses them and puts her hand like and kind of sits up more and I'm sorry. Are you my royal garden is something that has been closed down for several
listen,
months now.
I meant no disrespect, and I'm sure that it's.
You don't say that you have anything.
Yeah,
specifically.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely not. No, this is not.
Somebody is taking
but there's someone.
advantage
We have a name. The person goes by the gentleman. He owns a few of the different. I guess a few of the different places and their fronts. He has normally like businesses, underground businesses, and things like that. I don't know. We don't know too much about it, but from what we understand, and what I guess I'm trying to say, is I think we should postpone the fundraiser. I don't think it's a good idea to do it, especially there, and especially now with everything that's going on. I just don't think it's the safest thing for the city.
She looks up at Brenton. Have you heard of this name of this individual or group? There's the name of the gentleman. You see him as he kind of goes, "My queen, I of recent, that name has been thrown around. We've been doing some investigation upon it. I do have a group of individuals that have been attending different clubs and different groups to look for some intel on said individual. And again, what keeps popping back is that it's more of a facade, more of a not necessarily an individual, but more of a group of people presenting themselves as a single individual. But at that point, I'll certainly do more investigating on this." And she kind of looks back. Mm-hmm.
We have plans. To you correct it. We have plans. We're gonna meet with some people who have.
I'm like Nova is like stressing out because like we discussed like nothing about like what we were gonna tell, and like we don't know who's in on it, and like I'm just like in my brain having a full blown panic attack. Like, what are you doing?
So hold on. She looks over. She goes, I hear you. My dear, do you need something to drink? Are you?
Yeah, if you have some water, that would be awesome. I didn't sleep well, and I'm just like, I'm all over the place. A lot has happened in the past couple of days, and I'm just like trying to push through it.
Absolutely. And then you hear Brenton go, I'll go grab you some water. And you see him as he leaves,
Thank
and
you.
he immediately leaves, and she kind of looks back and says, I'm, I'm, I can understand your plea, and I can understand the difficulty of and the gravity of the situation that you present, if is true. Um, what's difficult, I wonder if we can kill, excuse me.
No one knows exactly what you're gonna say, and I'm like, he doesn't.
I
He
wonder,
doesn't like
I wonder if we
torture.
can murder 2 rats with 1 stone.
Right.
Ah,
um, I just wonder if maybe if during that event there might be something good for you two, Brenton, and some of his party, your party of sorts, might be able to use that as to our advantage. You know what they're doing on Sunday? Are they
we know of the
doing?
fundraiser. I mean, Brenton told us the fundraiser, but we don't really have any idea. I mean, that's what we're gonna go meet with some of the people that we've and I guess what what I want you to know is that I'm gonna do everything that I can to make sure that none of this stuff happens anymore, and I really don't. I want to find whoever's behind these attacks.
And you, Nova?
If this is true, then they have a friend of mine. The first person that like I felt like understood me as a person, and now she is gone, and we think that they have something to do with it, and that she could be in this place. But we don't really know. We have a group, and we kind of have a plan, but we're gonna like shell out the details today as to what said plan is.
You see her as she slowly produces a tear down her face. And
Is everything okay?
And she just holds it. Yes, everything is alright. And I'm
How
very...
is your husband? How is he doing? Is he recovering well?
Bertrand Brenton, fuck that.
Bertrand.
Brenton comes in with kind of a pitcher of water, another tray of glasses, and he pours all 3 of you glasses of water. And she kind of goes, yeah, everything's wonderful. He will be fine. I know it. I can feel it in my heart. He will be. I would say at this point, I would love it to see if you and Brenton, the both of you and Brenton, can work something together as soon as possible. Present me the idea as soon as possible once you figure it out, and we will go from there. I will let you know and tell you this, that this fundraiser has to work. It has to be.
Okay.
Well,
And you see, but as you see on her, this make insight checks.
It is a natural 1 plus 4.
Whoa.
5.
23. So 19 plus 4. Very different ends of the spectrum.
Nova, there's this connection where it's like she looks into your eyes and you just know her story. She is stressed. She's upset. She is lonely. She is fearful of her kingdom. She has no idea what to do. She is throwing a Hail Mary.
Okay.
She's doing the best she can, and that's why she says it has to work.
And I want Nova to reach over and just like put my hand like on top of her hand and like kind of like, you know, like that gentle squeeze. Like I understand.
And this will be good. The
Meanwhile,
fundraiser-
Jarvis is like,
Literally,
is like,
Jarvis,
what the fuck is
you
that
have
thing?
there's a fly in your water, and you're like, do I drink this?
Do I not? Is it a delicacy here? I don't know.
Brenton then kind of steps forward and says to you both, and says, I think we might both have some intel that would be beneficial if we had some further conversations about this. My queen, you can trust us and know assured that we are going to do whatever we can, like Jarvis said, to make sure that nothing happens further, and that the progression of this city in Anandbire is exactly what people can know about our city, that it progresses forward, and we will do so. And she goes, thank you, Brenton. Once I hear from one of you three, all three of you, that'll be a good moment. I will be here.
great.
Anything else? Anything else you both want to say or do?
What's Brenton doing right now?
He's standing he stood next to her. Like he just kind of because it's like you guys are kind of like in a circle-ish sitting.
Okay.
He kind of just moved to like look like to comfort to some degree, but being near her.
Queen, there was one other matter that we wanted to discuss with you in private, if we could. And he looks at Brenton.
Yeah, absolutely. You both know I will be either at headquarters or I will be, I'll just stand outside the door. I'll wait for you. He stands and waits outside the door. Good. Door shut.
It was last night. And you can tell that Jarvis, when he's saying this, he's quieted down. And he's talking lower volume. Last night with the craziness that was going on with everybody, the fighting that broke out by the ship, we spoke to one of the women who were, she was taking apart some of the mechanisms and things like that with James, and we have reason to believe that those devices and those things are very dangerous, and they should definitely be seen that way.
Contained well.
Correct.
Because he said that a lot of them haven't gone off per se, and he doesn't know what activates them and whatnot. But obviously, there's this residue, this like dusty residue that for some reason anybody who came in contact with it immediately went into like a full rage. So I would just
It's just
be
very
careful.
unpredictable, very dangerous, and I just wanted to let you know.
I wonder. That's fascinating. James did not speak of that to me at all. However, I believe he's been locked up in his home for the past day or so, due to an incident.
Maybe keep an eye on him, and I guess Brenton let all the other folks go that had been exposed. I didn't hear of it until just yesterday morning. So I probably would have held them and observed them a little bit longer than that, but you know, who am I to say? I guess what I'm saying is, I think it's a good idea that we're really careful, especially with those that have already been exposed. We don't know long-term effects or anything like that. I just, we want to be careful is all, just precautious.
Absolutely. And I'm actually going to bring this up to the clerics that are over my husband. On the ship on that day, he was the one that found the individuals, and then the explosion occurred. And I wonder if he was able to, if he touched something that might even be the reason why he's kept under some sort of something that he can't get out of. I wonder.
We're going to get to the bottom of it for your husband and for all those that have been hurt or lost in the recent attacks.
Great. Well,
And I wanted to speak with you privately because, quite frankly,
The guards don't seem to really want
right.
us.
I
here.
don't mean
Whoa.
any disrespect or anything like that to you or the city guard or anything, but yeah, we're not treated very well around headquarters, and I'm not, trying to, be a squealer here or anything. I just want to let you know that
Like, you wanted us to have this role, but no one else seems to trust us or want us to have this role. So it's definitely causing waves. And we're just trying to.
It's not anything
see
we
what is
can't
happening.
handle. I don't want you to think that we can't handle ourselves, but I think more than
No.
anything, it's just the
idea that you want us to kind of work together, and there's going to be some pushback.
and that's the reason why I needed you both. Because there's more to uncover. And you're getting glimpses of it.
right.
So thank you. I want you both to understand that do not be shocked or do not be surprised when you uncover things that seem to be holy and good and do not seem to be that way. Don't be shocked. As she sits back and she starts to stand up, and at this point, find out more about anything that's below the Monster Menagerie. 3 days' time to the actual event. We don't want people in uproar or anything happening on that day, but we need the city to stay together. To cancel something means that we are canceling our future. We cannot cancel this event, and we need to protect it.
So let me get this straight. To clarify, you think that the event in 3 days is a good cover for us to seek out the gentleman and to try to get to the bottom of what exactly is going on? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying it might be something worth using to our advantage. Because
I agree.
at this point, do you believe that he knows if this is a he or she or a person or an it or whatever? Do you think that they know of this event to this point? At this point,
don't
right
know.
now, our guards are throwing flyers throughout the entire city of this event.
Very true.
I believe that he knows that this event is happening. He or she or it or they or
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't mean, I said that just because
We don't know.
Sorry.
We don't know. But I'm sure they're aware because they run most of the pubs and the spots where everyone's talking. So they know something, but do they know about us? I'm not so sure. I don't know because we are definitely unique.
That's fascinating. I'll let you two keep thinking.
Right. Thank you. And we'll be in touch. Oh, last night I didn't see your familiar in the sky. I assume it's because you were asleep and you couldn't. Okay, but yeah, no
When
problem.
I'm personally asleep, or when I do not hold the concentration to my spell,
Understood.
he's not there.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. How do you how would you like us in an emergency? If you're asleep, if we can't find your familiar, Jackson, I think you said was his name.
Yeah, Gypsum. It's his name.
Oh, right. How would you like us to? Because the guards wouldn't let us in, and I didn't know if there was an emergency, God forbid, how would we get a hold of you?
She puts her hand on both your shoulders and goes, "If there is that much of an emergency, I would hope that both of you are ready to face whatever that emergency is."
Okay.
Oh, great.
You both-
Okay.
That was so good. You both went, "Yep." Okay. That's the funniest thing.
Great.
She goes, "That's so good. You both, so good. That's so good. Great writing. You guys are great." She goes, "Yeah. So, that's why I have you both." So.
Right. Okay. And you see Jarvis. You see Jarvis. He just goes like this. He goes.
And
He's so awkward.
goodbye.
And he turns around and leaves.
She's like,
Goodbye.
"Bye bye now."
Is
Brenton is.
Bren's out there? Yeah.
Yep, he's standing out there. His foot like is. He's just like sitting, leaning up against the wall. Well, there's a lot to work through. I would say at this point for me, I need to finish getting out these flyers and getting back with the guards to make sure that they understand their posts for this event. What exactly are you both going to be doing now?
We're going to talk to our sources, see if we can arrange some type of plan. I think the Queen thinks it's a good idea that maybe we use the event as cover to find exactly what's going on underneath, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and it seems that you both are very creative and can think through something that might be very different than what me and my men can do and my team. So, just any ideas and thoughts you get from your sources, let me know.
Yeah.
And,
We'll be in touch.
I definitely think, though, on our side, some aerial help, would be
Got it.
Sure.
be of support. And absolutely you mingling with.
What do you mean by that specifically in terms of aerial support?
I mean, you fly. You've flown. You
Right.
do a lot of flying.
But
Where?
what specifically
Like, what
do you mean? I mean, what do you need me to do? We need to be looking at something specific, or
Well, at that point, you might just keeping you up in the sky. Maybe again, I'm just throwing out ideas. I'm not saying this does not have to be this way. Just you being above the
Right.
monster menagerie, the round, perching up a bit.
right, doing bird stuff.
I'm small.
Yeah,
I can
and
hide up here, too.
Yeah, and yeah, I wouldn't think that, if you want to be like with the people and be with us closely to kind of
But not too
navigate.
close, right?
I mean, I think she can decide what she wants to do.
Right. No, but I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, I'll be
Yeah.
flying. Is it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you'll be doing what you do, and she'll be doing what she wants to do.
Right.
I don't mind being like up high too. I'm okay with that. I'm cool. Like
think
I can
you're-
just
yeah.
kind of like linger about on like rooftops nearby.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll come to some agreement soon. How about maybe end of day we'll We'll chat. I mean, we've got 3 days. Maybe the next 3 days. Let's meet maybe once a day, kind of maybe every other day or whatever, and can check on each other and just kind of see where we're at.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
We'll see what we can do, and then Nova, you can decide what you want to do. Great.
Okay, we're gonna go
Great.
now. Sounds good.
Great.
And
as
I
he
just,
like you Nova, he like gets near, not like near you, but like you see him as he kind of like slicks back his like just like that black hair right here, and just kind of looks at you, kind of like does a little. He doesn't do a wink. I'm kidding, but he like looks at you.
I'm just like, okay.
You're getting mixed emotions from everyone.
Bro,
Yeah,
I will say
Brenton-
he's weird. Brenton is weird.
Brenton is freaking. He like was so chipper and like normal, and now he's just giving me like, is he like a double agent? Like giving me weird vibes. Like part of me gives me like weird flirty vibes, but the other part of me is like, oh, Nova can stay on the ground so that she can get taken into whatever shit show is underneath of there while Jarvis.
Yeah,
is up
no,
there.
I mean, I don't know if
feel
that. I don't know if it's
no
that,
no-nos.
or I don't know if it's that, or I don't know if it's like if he
feel
wants
no-nos.
to. If
I don't trust him.
if he's just a weird, he could just be a weird human. I don't know.
Because knowing me, I
Kinda.
could just make a fucking mess. I can mess with you guys so much, or I have a huge agenda, or I don't know. I'm just or I'm making the shit up on the spot,
I love all of it.
and you'll have to figure it out.
He's a weirdie.
Okay. At this
He's
point,
weird and I don't
here's
trust him.
here's what I want to give you guys, because I want to make sure that this makes sense for the rest of our time here, and then like next week and such. You've got a 3-day. You got 3 days. This event's gonna happen, basically, unless you story the shit out of this or whatever, and something changes or whatever. I don't know, but I'm gonna give you 3 days. So, you can be as detailed or as generic as you'd like. But what I need from you is your plan, and that's really it. Is your plan, and then how you're gonna just do everything.
After we talk to Mist and Isaac and all that, yeah, that's the plan. So the plan right now is to go meet with Isaac,
talk to
like
them.
we said we were going to at the Dancing Dryad at sunup.
I also just realized we won't play next Wednesday because it's the day before Thanksgiving, and we'll be in Charleston.
Oh yeah, I did.
Good night. Love you.
Good night, Kinsley.
Good night, Kinsley.
So then at that point we either find a different day or we wait, or either way is fun. All to say, no matter what is tonight, you've got. I'd like for us to get through 3 days.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, yeah. So let's go back to the Dancing Dryad.
Dancing Dryad. You get in, like the same person that's been sleeping in that corner. You get into the cage thing. Get your pants off. Get down. There's people it's like the same people in there, and they're just drinking and like slow dancing. You get past them. You see Mist and Isaac are at the bar, and they're like eating some sort of like breakfast sandwiches and like some like breakfast beers.
That looks delicious.
What do you do?
I walk up and go, "Good morning, gentlemen," and I kind of like go in between them. I go, "That looks good."
Yeah, it really is really good. I had a little bit of some what do they call it? Prosciutto? Is that how they say that? Prosciutto? Prosciutto. It's like, yeah, I think it's pretty good here. A little bit acidic for my taste, but it is what it is. And you, I mean, I didn't see you guys last night. You didn't come on by.
No, we decided to go take a rest and then meet up with the Queen. We wanted to just touch base with the Queen. We want to be up front with you. The Queen is aware of Nova and I, and
Mist perks back up. Are you kidding me? Really?
Yep.
No. So listen.
So the Queen knows. You're telling me the Queen knows all this stuff now?
No, just the essentials,
not
right?
us.
We're just trying to help the city. We're just trying to protect everybody. That's our soul. That's what we're here for. We're just, she recruited us essentially.
I'm just gonna say something. I said that we should make a plan before we went in there, and Jervis said we had a plan, and it did not go how I planned.
Okay, well, all right. You know what? We need to get some shit straight. Round table this bitch, and then cut scene to you guys are around like the round table, but it's like literally 10 feet away from the bar at a circular
Is
table.
Browner still there?
Browner's there, but he looks horrible. He's wearing sunglasses. He's drinking like what looks like to be like a Bloody Mary out of like out of an entire pineapple. Listen, don't ever let me do that again. Don't ever let me do that again, please.
No unlimited nachos for you, buddy.
Okay.
Oh, are you gonna throw up? If you're gonna throw up, you need to go over there. I can't. And like she was like trying to like not gag. She's like, I can't do throw up. I'm like, oh.
Isaac goes, oh, please don't. And Miss is like,
and I'm like, oh my god, stop.
You notice that Isaac's.
Right in my ears.
You notice Isaac's hands are both wrapped in like cloth.
Yeah, no. Anyway, we need a plan. Essentially, what we know is that there's going to be some type of an event, some type of fundraiser at the Monster Menagerie. The Queen thinks, and we think as well, that it would be a good cover to find out some information. You know, about the gentleman. What do you guys think about that? I think the event's supposed to be held in about 3 days.
Well, you see, Miss, listen, we've got a lot to cover in 3 days. Then, you know, what on your end? What do we? Like I said, the Monster Menagerie is a garden. Underneath it is where they are, where he is, where the Blackfin is. It's gotta be, and he's gonna know that this fundraiser is happening. What the heck kind of music is this?
I don't even hear a thing.
And he goes, so what are some things that we need that would be helpful in order for us to be able to take care of this?
Well, number one, he doesn't know about us. So, I mean, that's good. We're kind of flying under the radar, if you will. And then I look at Jarvis and like nudge him. Do you get my joke?
That must be nice to fly.
Oh. She immediately just like hair like sliding or something. Like shit.
Oh, I'm trying to get some like heist music, and I'm really having a hard time here.
Oh, mine like completely disconnected, so I'm trying to get reconnected. Nope, I didn't want to.
This is really bad.
I was just gonna say Baby Driver, dude. I was just gonna say Baby Driver.
Okay, so at this point, you're sort of heist D&D sessions are like, and like preparing is like also both cliche but also metagaming, where you're two people thinking about what would you do in a heist situation. So you've got a couple main details that you know of. So what are you gonna do? What's your thoughts? And because what's hard too is I'm not gonna give you the stuff. You've got a team of 5, okay, and they're gonna help give some questions, but you're gonna come up with all the shit.
Right.
Okay.
I think it's a really good idea to first of all have roles for each of us, like what we're gonna do, like I can be the eye in the sky. I was just gonna say I could be the eye in the sky. I can be but the problem is I don't really have any way of communicating with people on the ground. So if anybody has any ideas, Isaac, do you have any ideas? Mist? Browner?
You see like this little like hand pop up next to Isaac, and it's like the spectral hand. It literally is like a hand that turns into 2 eyes that are next to him, and they kind of like look at all you guys, and he basically you hear like a like kind of like a murmuring, and he you hear Isaac, well, I mean, you know, I I can't kind of communicate in like your heads or something, but sure, eyes in here, and I can maybe we can make some gestures and make some kind of do some I don't
Hyson
know.
and Isaac.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the best I got. I mean, for me, what I'm good at is I'm good at shooting from afar. So I know that you're. I mean, no disrespect to you, Mister Jarvis, but I know you can be eyes in the sky, but I can be eyes too from afar. I can be stationed, but that's what
Oh,
I can do.
okay. Yeah, no, that works
But
because I think I'd rather be on the ground anyway. So that makes sense.
it's interesting. So my only tip with this is the idea that me, you, and Miss look like what they would want down there. So are we using ourselves as bait? Or we keep Isaac, who looks like everybody else, but is just an innocent blind man. Isaac, I don't know if you know, I use air quotes because you're kind of scary, but I'm cool with it. But like other people
Yeah,
don't know that you're scary.
I do get that a lot. I mean, the whole being blind thing is kind of a confusion to people because I'm. It's just kind of thing I put up. It's like a
They
persona.
underestimate you.
They do underestimate me.
So
Well, maybe next time
my
they'll estimate you. Anyway,
oh my god.
uh,
I was trying to
Mist,
make a joke.
Mist, you know a lot about this place. What's the best
What are
way?
your thoughts?
What's the best way in? What's the best way out? Unseen. I mean, I assume. I'm
Should be
assuming you
there. What do
know.
you
You know. What do you
Because
think about
at
this?
this point, I am being totally honest here. The best thing that I can give you is when you're down, I can tell you what it looks like down into the cells. That's the best thing I can do to get you, to show you and
Okay,
tell
so
you.
how are you gonna tell? Like, how
Well,
would you tell us
it?
you're not there?
Well, let me ask you this: what are some things that you could find or get that might be able to tell you, what something looks like without being there?
Um,
Like if you're looking at a building, but you can't see the building, but you're gonna have
like I don't know if we can
Right.
find like blueprints because they are already modeling. So like, would there be like blueprints and
Yeah,
maps?
there might be some blueprints if you want to go take a look. Maybe some archives, somewhere near. I don't know. Maybe finding someone that might be able to get some blueprints for this place. That could be something you could do.
Okay, sure, yeah, and then so I just want to clarify our goal here. So our goal is to this is a search and rescue. I mean, we're looking for bubbles. Is that right, Nova?
That's why I'm
You-
doing this. But
you-
also the idea of like the abuse of people like us. That's
Right. No,
wrong.
understood. I don't know that we'll be able to
So
get
you
all
wanna-
that information.
Maybe you know what? I'm gonna free the people.
Right.
Free the people.
Nova, why don't you describe the damsel in distress for everybody?
Bubbles is she goes by Coral, but her nickname for me is Bubbles. And she has I can't remember if it's blue skin or purple skin. And she has like fins and like long hair, and she's super cheerful. And
You hear Browner like go. Mm.
you stop that. You stop that right now.
She sounds so beautiful.
She is beautiful, but she's off limits, especially for you, Nacho boy.
Jeez, okay, calm down. God.
Rah.
Okay.
Rah.
I'm
Oh my
totally putting you guys on the spot with all this, and I'm okay with
I
it.
know, I have no idea what's happening.
So maybe we'll start there. Maybe we'll see if we can find anybody that has some blueprints for the Monster Menagerie. I think that might be a good spot to start. But Mist, I mean, is there anything else you want to tell us about that place?
I'll tell you this. I know it's heavily guarded. I know that they use, um, definitely they're going to use some sort of scrying beacons. Definitely something. I've
The
heard them.
hell is that?
I've heard them talking about how they would use to keep from people from coming in and to basically magical alarm systems to be able to
Oh.
know and magically see when someone's coming through a certain area.
Okay.
Is like, where is that? Like, is that like front door, back door? Is it like front door, windows,
I
back
was
door?
That's why I think it like your idea of getting blueprints might be able to show us something.
Hmm.
That makes sense. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what we can find.
I know
All right.
where we should go.
All right. Where are we going, Nova?
I feel like the person that would have these blueprints would be James.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
Cutscene to James to his front of his doors at his house. You're standing there. It is beautiful outside. Nobody's out by his door. His door is it's shut.
He still lives inside the wall, correct?
Yeah, it's the only place that you would know to go.
He just knock. Like, hello, James.
Nobody's home. Shit.
If somebody just answered, then somebody's home.
Yeah. Like the whole sounds of like different ropes and different like chains and moving and the whole cat screaming and he comes out and he's wearing like a blanket over his head and he's holding it across his face and he goes, "What?
Are you okay? What's going on?
Does it look like I'm
Hey,
okay?"
buddy.
No.
No, but can we help? Like, do you need help? I
Yeah.
think you can help us, and I could try and help you.
Okay, what do you need?
Can we come in? Is that okay?
Just tell me what you need.
Then we don't have to like stand out here because it's really weird. It looks suspicious. Especially, do you
It's
want people to see you like this?
it's more weird that you haven't told me what you wanted.
I mean, do you happen to have any blueprints of the city, like of different buildings in the city? Like,
The
Yes,
fucking
of
music.
course. Of course.
The fucking
Absolutely.
music.
is there some that like we could possibly look at? It's something that
Pulls you
we
in,
requested
shuts the door, lays on the table, literally like rolls and rolls of paper with different blueprints of different of the buildings, and he's like, "All right, you want the castle? Are you looking for the city
for us.
walls? Are you looking for the
Menagerie? Do you have that?
Monster Menagerie?" Yeah, is it the fundraiser that's happening? Is it for that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're just helping the queen out. Yep.
All right, great. Throws it away. It kind of moves on paper. He goes, yeah, they did some recent remodels, from what I
Yes.
understand.
Do you have anything like? Do you have the old or the new?
I believe I have the new. And what's interesting about this, when he throws it on the table, is what's interesting about this is that it's not from above, but it's from below. This music.
I know. That's what I
I
was
don't know. What
saying.
is this sexy music? I'm like, what is this? It's weird. The Harlem Shuffle. Let's go.
and, and he goes, yeah, this is kind of really weird. I know that they below that, because again they have to do a lot of maintenance on that place again with all those creatures that are up below. You know, a lot of sewer problems, a lot of backups. You know, a lot of different people kind of coming down. I guess stealing stuff, whatever. She literally throws this up to you guys. at. Maybe you know what? I will screen share one more time for you guys. So, you can see.
I took a picture of the key.
So if you take a look, can you see what my stuff is?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So this is
No,
basically
I don't know how to pull it back up.
this
Hold on.
is
I got it.
this is basically the underground under it, and basically this is the sewers. And you would know that based on the blueprint, and it would tell you, but I'm not a perfect artist, so I did the best I could.
No, this is really good. With
There's
the key that you gave me.
there's one hatch that seems to come from above somewhere in Monster Menagerie. You know, it takes you down below. These little things right here are doors. These little grayish things, and this middle part all is the water. And as you're looking at this, you notice a lot of different things. You notice these blue arrows, which are articulated are those scrying beacons that seem to be pointing to different areas of that of it that that James said he installed. Okay. And he said, as you're looking at this, there seems to be like 3 different areas in below, right? And so you've got in this area right here, has a power supply or a power tower here, power tower here, and power tower here. So there seems to be 4 power towers that connect to various things: the power down below and the power above, right? So you can assume that there's a power. Each power connects to not only some here, this area, but then above somewhere, and this area and above somewhere. And there's interesting enough that there's a 3rd one here and a 4th one, which probably connects to more so than these 3, but something that is from above. But namely, you can assume that 1, 2, and 3 connect to 1, 2.
And like
3.
the red lines are the most recent additions to this renovation.
Right.
Okay, so like that area didn't exist before now.
And it's which looks like to be these like extra supported walls that are not just like in this right here, but there's one that seems to be specifically here as well. And then you have these 2 areas. This is for the plumbing, which has to do with not only like the sewer and the drainage here, which this looks like to be some sort of drainage for the sewer as well, like to go somewhere. It goes somewhere, which is what also, what's his name?
James.
Mist described that he fled through.
That he came out through there. Okay.
And then you also have right here are these James would tell you these are the scrying beacon kind of surveillance towers area, right? What did I call them? The scrying towers. Basically,
towers. Yeah.
These are what shut off these.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The center room. What are these black lines?
Just walls.
Are they doors
walls.
Or okay, I want
just
to
walls.
Sure.
These are all just walls right here. Just walls
so there's
right here.
one. So at the very top, towards the left, is that a door? Right there.
Right here. The key says sub-basement doors.
So yeah, I don't know what the heck that is. So if
this?
You could explain to me what that is.
Basically, it looks like doors to go down further.
Okay. So like this plan is below the Monster Menagerie. That door goes even below.
Correct.
Okay, got it. My question was where the first power tower is, right behind it,
doors.
And then right to the right of it, doors. Okay,
doors.
And then there's a door there.
Door.
I'm just trying to figure out where doors are.
Door. So all of these areas have doors. Like this area has the most doors too.
Yes.
This has the most protection, most doors. Yeah.
Okay. And then whatever is gray in between like the walls is like extra protection.
Yeah, it's just nothing. It's just nothing. Yeah. It's just like this stuff, all this stuff is nothing. All right here is nothing. All right here, all right there, all right here is nothing.
Okay. Trying to make sure.
Does that make
I'm just
sense a
game
bit?
planning. I'm game planning in my engineering brain.
Yeah, no, you're totally good. So yeah.
Perfect. You think we can borrow these, James? Is it something that we can take? We'll have back to you.
Sure. Be
Okay.
careful,
Easy enough. Be careful. Why?
because these are
Be
mine.
careful. Oh, well, obviously we're going to take care of them. You said it in such an ominous way.
Right. Yeah. No problem at all. Yeah. We'll have them back.
All right, thanks. Leave. And he pushes you out the door. Door
Yeah.
shuts. Cutscene. You guys are out there.
Sure.
Why does music keep changing?
So I would assume that we go back to Myth and see if anything looks familiar.
Back to Mist. Back to Dancing Dryad.
They're now eating like some brunch. Like they're eating not just like breakfast sandwiches, but they're eating a little bit of like some club sandwiches, but also some fruit. You know,
And I
maybe
walk
an
in and
omelet.
I'm like, listen here, boys. And I like pull out my bag and like pop it on the chair and like roll the blueprint out on the table. And I'm like, game plan. Let's go.
All right, yeah, come on, let's bring it.
So, Myth, with this.
Maybe you
map,
guys should screen share if you're gonna do something or to explain something so that I know. Unless you don't want to, that's totally fine.
I don't know how to do that.
Maybe have Luke do it.
Sure. I just don't know how. If you could tell me how, that'd be cool.
Yeah, you can do it, baby.
Here?
It's the share your
Hold on.
it's the share your screen. Yep.
This?
Then you go screens. Screens.
this one.
It's screens. Yep. Now click that one. Yep. Just like that.
Got it.
Now you just open up the picture. Yep.
Okie dokie, gentlemen. So here is our map. And these walls are the newest addition to the below the Monster Menagerie. He gave these up really easily, but I don't think he cared. Whatever. That's beside the point. So anything that is purple right here are the beacons that you were discussing. But I am curious as to see what mist you remember as you have escaped from there at some point.
I remember coming out of a little hole in the ground, somewhat like a double-doored hole, and fleeing my way through somewhat of what looked somewhat like to be kind of like a bar area. Outside of this door, quick blinking, like a light from above. It looked like there was like these torches that were on the walls, and then best thing I did was jump through this hole, and I started spinning and almost drowned.
Okay, so you jumped in this hole.
Yeah. So what he described was going from that square.
Square.
To the Yep, they're out there to the right, and going down.
And then down here. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna let you know that Monster Menagerie is above this. This is right below it, but that is where you came out of. So we're not even trying to go below the Monster Menagerie. We're trying to go below what's below the Monster Menagerie.
Well, what's interesting is that because we've got a couple goals here, I know that we're gonna find coral and more of those people down below. But for the frozen tier, Browner keeps talking. You guys left. All Browner kept talking about was the frozen tier.
I don't know. I don't even know what it is. He just wants it, and I mean, I don't care.
Well, like it has to be. What do you, Jarvis? What do you think? Where would you think it would be?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta believe that it's somewhere that's protected. I mean, clearly, I mean, with the
There is this room here like protected and then extra protected.
So my question is
It's a little sketchy.
the Scryan towers and the Scryan
That are here.
sensors. Yeah, I mean we got to
Which
figure
are
that
right
out.
next to.
Anybody
Which
have
are
any ideas how to get rid of that stuff?
So the only issue is obviously this is a way down, but it blocks off every single way we could get there going around. But back here is pretty empty. But how we get from here to this without setting this off
Yeah, I don't even know
is
how
going
you
to
can
be an
get it,
interesting
and I don't even know how
time.
you can get from the
Is
sewer below up.
DM question?
Yeah,
Is this a door?
where?
Right where my mouse is.
I was trying to block it off. No, it's not a door.
Okay. I was like, wow, that would make it really convenient.
Yeah, I know, right? So when I was making it, I like made it, and then I had it, and I'm like, wait a second, that shouldn't be there, and I tried to cover it as best I could.
Well, boo. Thought I found a loophole.
I know.
So, I don't even know if we could get that information without actually being down there.
We
Asking what
we
these
have
doors-
to we
what
have to
this is made
figure
out of.
out we have to figure out the Scryan. We have to. Without that, we're not
Yes.
going to be able to access anything.
But like, there's walls all here. We need to get here, and there's a door here and a door there. But how do we get through the walls?
Yeah, and what
And
you're
we
not
got
understanding.
anything that can get through some walls.
Yeah, what you're not understanding is that there's a one way down there. We can't come up from the water drain.
Why can't you? You can't swim?
You even look at Miss kind of looks and he goes, "Listen, it's about a person wide, and it's constantly spinning going down. It's not something that's like it's like a toilet being flushed constantly."
So the only way in to this area is the ladder on the left side of the blueprint. That's the only way in. And when you get in there, then you have to figure out how you're going to get and access the sub-basement. And the only way to do that is to figure out, like I said, how to get past the Scryan.
Well, my only option was going through the back. So, do you have a better idea?
Yes, we have to figure out how to get past the Scryan. That's what the hell I've been saying, Nova. Good Lord.
Well, yeah. At that point, you hear Isaac go. I mean, I have a pretty good shot. If I can get down there, I can shoot them a little bit, and then, but you even hear Browner go
Would
like,
that set off the thing?
he goes, "That's why
You're gonna have to shoot through this and through a wall.
Yeah, that's a good point. I wish we could have something that maybe could like, I don't know, like it could be like completely like hidden or something. I don't know.
Can we use your buddy? What's his name? Ison.
Eyes?
Ison. Yeah, that guy.
Eyes? Yeah. I mean, eyes just pops back.
Can we use him? Like, can you like project him through? Because like, would they be able to detect?
That's not going to help us because we need to be there.
Here, Bronner sits on his table. Goes, "Listen, guys. From the person that does magic here, let me explain something to you when it comes to scrying. So scrying's actually like a typical spell to be able to search someone from a long distance. And I'm guessing that these scrying beacons that you said James made,
Yes.
that he put in here, they're guaranteed. They're like motion sensors that will sense any sort of motion that detects, but also from a visual standpoint, it's going to detect and it's and it's going to show. So, but the scrying powers.
Is a little hand dude? Is he like see through? What like what?
Well, the see-through guy, he can only be within 30 feet of me.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to send him.
Hey, Mist.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas on how we can get past these Scryans? I mean, monk to monk, is there anything that you know of?
But when I was taken, when who I was taken from me, I had to rebuild from the ground up, and no one to lean on. And in my own darkness within, I used that as a means to find my way into the darkness around me. And I did come across another group of monks that were able to use darkness and the shadows to their advantage. And though that I've learned much to protect myself, and I've used it for my journey, there's something that I could maybe show you. Um, it's called it's sort of a phrase that they use called "pass without a trace." Um,
Okay. And you think that could get me past these beacons?
I think it certainly could. It could, and I could even. There's something they also showed me was to be able to basically cast the darkness into a spot, and to be able to be within the darkness. Well, it's gonna take. We only got 3 days. That's a lot of training in 3 days.
Right. Well, then we should
Question.
definitely get to it.
Question. These beacons, can they detect magic?
Problem. Braun was like, it's not a matter of detecting magic. It's just a matter of being able to see something.
Like, could you misty step through
That's a great
whatever?
idea.
Like, would it detect that?
Not if it's without. If it's without, that's a great idea. What if we could misty step? We could, yeah, that's a
Because
really
you
good
can
idea.
misty step, and so can I.
I could misty step twice within a long rest. Twice.
It looks like you're gonna be taking a nap.
So, the hard part with misty step though is that we have to be able to see where we're going.
Okay.
So as long as we're not seen and we're like, if we can see where we're going, that's outside of the range. That could work, and that's within 30. Like that could work. Good idea.
Interesting.
And for the rest of us who don't know how to teleport, we have to figure out something else. So,
Go do your shadow thing. Learn your shadow. Every minute counts.
right.
So let's do this because we're coming up to like time to like in general. A lot's been thrown at you, and a lot of it is, and this is a different type of D&D situation for sure. And it's hard because you've got 3 other characters here that are trying to I'm trying to help but not give you everything.
Yes.
So I apologize if this is making it sound like I'm not giving you anything.
No.
I'm trying to balance it on my end, on like what's fun versus, hey, you're just doing Steven's thing that he made up. So I've created a problem. I have not created a solution for this, so I don't even know how to figure this out. So I'm just metagaming a bit so you understand. But you just need to keep in mind the things that you know, those scrying things.
Okay.
They are only, and James would Browner point out to you, it looks like from these scrying beacons too that as long as you stay outside of that kind of like that cone area, you seem to probably be good. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
So in theory,
I assume so.
that Misty Step could do good, and maybe even learning, throwing some darkness out there and being able to hide within it, that might be able to protect you as well. So.
Interesting.
So
are you gonna go off and do your thingy? Your darkness thing? I mean,
I just look at mist.
If only we had more time in tonight. At that point, I would say, let's do this.
How about Tuesday next week?
We can make something work. Let's make something work here, because I want to get you guys leveled up. And I know I'm...
Yes, because I was going to ask if um
And I got you,
Nova
Nova.
can kind of like go off like by herself and like just kind of like sit, like kneel and like focus
Yep,
and
I
just
got you.
like see if she gets anything. So
I think what needs to happen is, again, let me do this. Let me give you all the details of what you know, or what you need to know, or just from this blueprint, and just kind of then what needs to happen is you need to do your training that you want to gain some of the skills that you need specifically for this event, and then you need to come up with a plan on how you're going to execute. Okay, but that's not going to happen tonight because we just ran out of time, which is fine because we had fun. But just so you know, I'll pull up the blueprint one more time here. Oops. Nobody look. Close your eyes. Everyone close your eyes. Can you see?
close your eyes, Lucas.
Okay. Can you see?
Yes.
You guys see my screen? Okay. You got scribe only way down. Quote unquote only way down. Scribe beacon. Okay, right? Power tower for the lights in this area. Power tower for the lights in this area. Power tower for the lights in this area. Probably for the lights and stuff upstairs. Same thing. Water drainage probably does some sort of water plumbing thing to all of this down here more than just what it's already slowly doing. Okay?
Yes.
Patch to go down below, probably where everybody else is, right? Scrying towers, meaning people are operating this to be able to visually see. Think of like security cameras at a casino, right? That's what these are, right? So either people are in there. You've got to figure out two things. One, how to save Coral. Two, figure out where the frozen tier is if you're still going to truly help him, Browner, right? Which you know that this area is more so guarded and built for security for whatever reasons, right? But then to throw a wrench in there too, you have to think, would the gentleman be carrying the frozen tier or not?
Yeah, which is what I
And
find interesting.
that's a potential.
Yeah, and like that's the main issue is like we don't know much about the gentleman, who or what or where, so we don't really know what we're looking for specifically once we get down there.
So again,
That'll be interesting.
you could create a you have to create your plan on what you think makes the most sense on what you do, and that's the overarching detail. Okay.
Yes.
Does that all make sense? Do you have any questions on this?
I do. DM, the top like sewer drains, the top two outside edges. So the edges, the
These?
outside corners. Yes. Do those just keep like
Yeah,
going?
let's keep going. Yeah.
Okay, so that's also a possibility of finding out if we can get into one of those, because it would be nice if we can get into one of the back ones, because then we could just come across and just misty step across that scribe the beacon. So there's a way if we could figure out how to get there. If not, then you need to really work the darkness thing. I don't know how Browner is going to be of use yet. I'm just trying to think of his skill set, and I'm like, we use him for something.
Yep. So
I think it's gonna be fun.
Well, yeah, and so that's where this game turns into a little bit of work, just in light of like a video game. Now you're presented with an actual task to figure out, and I've done heists before, and this is always the hardest part as a player to create the plan. And I'll tell you this too, just for information, like a little secret, it never is going to be perfect.
Oh heck
like,
no!
The plan that you create will never be perfect. However, it'll be fun to create your plan and try to execute it and see what happens, and be prepared for whatever happens. Because then at that point, that's when the excitement happens. So. Any other thoughts or questions that I need to answer about these?
Nope. All makes sense to me.
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Well, at that point, what we'll do is next time, whenever we play, we'll go down into a little bit of the like training montages actually for what you want to do and for your characters, and come up with the plan. And then we'll probably have time for another day, which might be when we're together, to execute the heist. No, was there a week before that?
There is a week before that.
The week before that.
I mean, this might
First week in December.
Oh, there's 2 weeks before. Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll be on to something else.